This is a Violet Jester Media podcast.
Hello, you've reached this epic disaster once again.
Because you chose to listen again.
You chose to listen, and we do thank you for listening. How are you?
Me?
Whoever wants to answer.
I'm the only one that can answer live, so I'm going to say I'm pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. Here we are doing another show. We're kind of relaxed today, taking it easy.
I have to tell you, though, when you said that, when you said, thanks for listening, and I said it's because they chose to listen, suddenly my brain being my brain went to a mental image of somebody being like waterboarded and forced to listen to our show.
Well, that's our next step.
Okay.
If we can't get enough listeners, that's the direction that we will go.
Okay.
It's hard to get listeners as a podcast. I got to tell you.
It is.
You got to work hard for it.
You do.
Hey, and that's a little kind of a good segue because I have a friend who just started a podcast.
Really?
And I'm going to give a little shout out.
Just that's nice of you.
Podcasts like to help out other podcasts.
Of course.
I have a friend named Tara Dublin who I think if you live in Portland, I don't know how many Portland listeners we have.
Probably zero.
You probably recognize her name and voice. I think she's done some radio in Portland. So she's somebody that people there recognize. Well, she just started her own new podcast.
All right.
It's called the Taylor and Tara Radio Show.
So it is similar to us in that they have a man and a woman, or is it two women?
I think it's a dude and a dudette.
Okay.
A man and a woman.
Okay.
Taylor is, I think, the dude.
Okay.
And Tara is...
Well, yeah, since Tara's your friend, or you have a good idea of what gender she is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's a political show. So if you like politics, this is going to be a great show for you. If you don't, give it a shot. But you can go to TaylorandTaraRadio.com. So that's TAYLOR and TARA. TaylorandTaraRadio.com.
Okay.
And see a whole lot of stuff about the podcast. And I think you can listen to the podcast from there. So get an idea if you want to do that.
Cool.
So check it out. I'm giving them a little shout out because I know how difficult it is to start a new podcast. We've done it twice.
We have.
And we're
in reality, we've done it 3 times.
Kind of right with that, yes.
Because we started our first podcast way back when, and then we took like a 3-year hiatus after only 7 episodes. So essentially when we started again a while back, that was basically us starting anew.
That is true. And one of the things that makes it very easy to do, beer.
I agree.
One of the things we've done on our show since we've started, way back in the early 60s, is
not all of us were alive then.
We do a live beer review. So if you don't know what the live beer review, if you're maybe like new to the podcast, live beer review, we choose a beer. This is a beer we've never had before. We open it up on the show, live on the show.
Never had on the podcast. We should clarify that.
That's true. Most of the time, never. But we sometimes we might do a good one. So we have it on the show. At the end of the show, we'll tell you what we think about it. We drink it during the show. All right?
Yeah, we're going to drink it while we talk to you.
Talk to us about what today's beer is.
So today we're drinking Hazelnut Brown Nectar by Rogue. It is 5.6% alcohol, which is another wuss beer. I say these things, and then I feel bad for saying them.
Yeah, but I mean, 5, that's not bad. I mean, that's a beer.
Yeah, it's a beer. Anyways, it is by Rogue Brewing, like I said, and they are out of Newport, Oregon. Is that what that says?
Oh, how interesting, because that's Tara Dublin's in Oregon. We're drinking a beer, and that was totally...
Look at you.
Hey, guess what?
What? You missed again. And your other cans are still over there.
I haven't been in the studio since we recorded last time.
That's disgusting.
I was confident that would go, and it had a great aim. It went behind it this time.
Yeah. So this is dark brown in color with a hazelnut aroma, a rich nutty flavor, and smooth malty finish.
I just know this is going to be good.
Because you like nuts.
I like hazelnut. Now, I like hazelnut coffee. I was a little concerned about hazelnut beer. I don't know what I'm going to think about that. But I do like dark beers, I think, normally.
Of course you like brown ales. Everybody likes brown ale.
It smells a little... That's an interesting smell. Okay.
Smells of nuts.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I'm not going there. All right. I'm going to try this. Here we go.
You've probably never been that close to nuts to actually smell them.
Oh. Ooh.
It is tasty.
It is. It doesn't taste just like it tastes like a sack of nuts. It tastes like a whole bunch of nuts. It's very nutty.
At least 2.
It's very nutty taste.
Yeah.
No, there's some taste in there that's going to drive me nuts that I can't recognize.
It tastes like, what's that candy? Whorehound? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I taste some of that in there.
Yeah, that same. It's sort of a coffee, but yeah, you're exactly right. The Whorehound candy. Mm-hmm. That's what my dad used to have. That when he was sick, they would give that to people back in the country.
Really?
Back in the way up in East Tennessee country, Whorehound candy. They would go to the general store and get that. That was their cough medicine
when they were sick.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
I think it's a root, isn't it?
Yes.
Is a whorehound a root? It's kind of like.
Did you just say whorehand? Now that's
like
not
that.
a root.
Yeah, that's
whorehound is a root.
That's on a root. But I don't know how we go down these paths. But we really should not. What's the other root that a tea? Sassafras. Sassafras and whorehound. Those sometimes I get them confused. Have you ever had good sassafras tea?
I have not. I've had good sassafras root beer.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's sarsaparilla.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, it's a sass, but it's very.
It's
different.
all sassy to me.
That's right. Sassafras tea is good. You should try it. That's very country tea.
Okay. I have a friend who has a cat named Sassafras.
Oh, that's a great name.
Yes.
Now, I guess it's a plant too, but I just know it as a root. Whorehound is good. If you, I think there's a transition in there.
Oh, the word hound.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about that now, or do we want to do a little?
You brought it up. Let's go on.
Okay.
Okay. So, speaking of hounds, I adopted a dog.
You did.
I did.
We talked about it last week. You actually went through. I was a little worried about what. This is a great dog.
Isn't she amazing?
She has a great temperament. She's beautiful.
Yes.
And we'll probably post pictures. I know you're going to be posting lots of pictures
all the time, but I will go ahead and continue to post on, of course, this Epic Disasters Facebook page, as well as my own, which not everybody's on. But anyways, her name is Toffee.
Toffee.
Because she is the color of melted caramel.
Wow.
She is beautiful. She's only 7 months old. Mm-hmm. She's very lanky and clumsy.
Like all puppies.
Yes.
And breed-wise?
We believe that she is a Pit Bull Labrador mix.
Now, I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about how you met her.
Okay.
How you got her right after we do some Zabando.
All right.
Right after this word from the Zabando.
Wow. That's awful. You want me to go first? I'm going to go first.
You should go first.
Okay. I have the stones.
We are not sponsored by Zabando.
No, we just like it. It's just fun.
It's fun. I don't even know if Zabando is a game of what would you do?
No. Would you rather?
Would you rather, sorry.
You always get that wrong.
You know me. I can't think of anything. My brain. Yellow.
Red.
I'm going to stop guessing.
Yeah, you never get it right. Ever.
All right, you got a red question here. Would you rather...
Get your reading glasses.
No, this is just for suspense.
Oh.
I'm drawing it out.
Oh, okay.
Take a full swing of a baseball bat to the kneecap. This is so masochistic. Or, forcefully run a razor blade along both your top and bottom gum lines. Ow.
Jesus Christ.
What the...
Oh.
Sorry, people. I did not know this was going to happen.
That is horrible. I have trigger warning.
Yeah.
I have all kinds of heebie-jeebies.
Let's hurry up and answer that really quick.
I have a story about it.
Uh-huh.
Once upon a time, I played softball.
Oh, yeah.
And I was a catcher. Mm-hmm. Okay? And, rec league stuff. We were C league, but it was city league stuff. And we were at a tournament, a beer tournament, basically. Not the Nationals or anything like that. And we were drinking, obviously. And
how old were you?
I was 25,
Oh, okay.
26.
So you were of age,
Yeah.
of drinking age.
Oh, yeah. And the other team that we were playing against for this particular game, and we'd already played 2 or 3 games and then went and had lunch with beer and then came back and all that. You know, it's a tournament.
Sure.
So this is like one of our last games of the day, if we even win it. And the other team had brought in a ringer. And that ringer, I'm up there catching, right? So I'm in my catching position. And this ringer swings all the way around and slams into my knee with the baseball bat.
That hurts.
So I have experienced that. Ever since then, I have a maltracking patella, of course, which is no fun.
Well, would you rather have another one of those or that other thing that I mentioned?
Please don't ever say that again. I'm going to go with the baseball bat.
I will easily. I don't even
go
want
with
to
the
think
baseball
of
bat.
that other thing.
Bones break. It hurts, but adrenaline goes immediately, and then it doesn't hurt so bad.
Yeah.
But a razor blade on your gums.
For a while. Yeah.
No. My answer is no.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. All right.
All right. It's
My
your
turn. I'm going to drop a blue one.
It's yellow.
I always pick yellow, and today I didn't.
All right. So
I'm not going to do anymore. I'm not going to.
you just said that, and then you did
know,
it anyway.
I did. But,
Okay. So yellow is the random category.
Random.
Random.
I put the dumb in random. I just want you to know that.
That is a dad joke if I ever heard one. And you hate dad jokes, of which I have several today.
Uh-oh.
So, would you rather
Would I rather?
never completely figure out your sexuality
Oh, that happened a long time ago.
or have figured it out just fine and never fall in love?
Oh, that also has happened. No. What was the first one?
Never fully figure out your sexuality.
Well, if you never fully figure it out,
This is the easiest question for me.
you get to experiment your whole life.
Exactly.
If you never figure it out, it's like, I don't know, maybe I should do this one again.
Yeah, let's go back to that one. That was fun. Let's try this other thing.
The other one, you figure it out in what? You don't ever fall in love?
Right.
Yeah.
I'd
don't
much
know.
rather be in love.
Really?
Yeah, which means I would never completely figure out my sexuality, which in reality, I'm not sure I have.
Yeah, I have. I know mine. I picked mine.
You picked it?
I picked
You
mine.
chose yours?
Well, you go through. I'm a healthy man. I'm a healthy male. I'm a healthy heterosexual male.
Okay.
I was a theater major, and you get into theater and you explore your body and you explore other people's bodies and you do interacting with people and it's in college. That's the time you start kind of figuring out, I think, your sexuality.
Sure.
And I can remember certain times when I was just like, do you think I could be gay? And then the answer was always, nope.
Nope.
Not gay.
Okay. So, but you never had you never found another man sexually attractive.
Never sexually attractive.
Okay.
Other than myself.
You don't even look at yourself naked in the mirror.
No, but I do look at photographs.
Oh God.
But no, I mean, I think I've had like man crushes,
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like just even people I know, you just kind of like, oh, that's a cool dude, But it's never been sexual. I always said I could probably be gay if I didn't have to have sex with a man. But I think that's the part that makes you gay, doesn't it? I
Not
don't know.
really. I know
don't
some.
know how
I
it
know
works.
some folks who are not sexual beings who are in relationships with the same sex as they are.
So
Same gender.
kind of like that last question. They never fall in love, but they get to know who they are.
Right.
I have the best of both worlds. I know who I am, and I fall in love. So there you
Look
go.
at you.
I know.
Look at you.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
But
And I'm never ever gonna find love ever again.
just keep trying. Keep trying. All right, Zobmondo for the week.
That's
pretty,
it.
Pretty cool.
We did our Zobmondo. Now,
I
now
can't
you
get
said
over
we
that
were
razor
gonna...
blade thing.
No, would you stop bringing it up?
Sorry.
Okay. Now you said we were going to go back to discussing puppers.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Unless you got something else you want to talk about.
No, you asked me
How'd you get your dog?
How did I get my dog?
Yeah, because this is an interesting story.
Well, I have a friend. I've mentioned him on the podcast before. His name is Adam. And Adam has been fostering puppers and dogs who were in danger of being euthanized. And he went and picked up a dog one day and took him over to a house that could handle a dog with severe heartworms and give him the medication and go through all the process, because it is a lengthy and painful process.
And usually they have to be crated and
for at least 24 hours after each injection, and there's like 3 injections over the course of a month, and it's a big deal. So he was dropping that dog off over there, and he came across Toffee. Yeah, on the street.
She was a street dog.
Well, no, somebody had her. Don't you burn that. That's disgusting. Don't burn that.
No, that's a good one.
That's that coconut crap.
I think I changed it out. If it turns out to be coconut, blow it out.
Okay.
No one knows what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. I'm a little scatterbrained today.
Yeah.
However, okay. So he took her from a guy who was trying to give her away.
Yeah, that's the story I thought was interesting. Didn't you say it was like some homeless? Well, you don't know if he's homeless.
I don't know if he's homeless or
guy.
not. But he described him as, some street guy.
Yeah.
And when he said, "I will take her," the guy just dropped her and took off.
Yeah.
So he picked her up. He took her, tried to take her to animal services. They're like, "Do not put her down here because she's probably not been vaccinated. She could get parvo, et cetera, et cetera." So he took her home. And then he found a rescue vet to do her spay and her shots and all that fun stuff. And then he went on vacation to Alaska. Actually, he went to Portland for a week and then to Alaska.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So while she was there, she was at the vet for a week, and then I went and picked her up on Saturday of this last week. And she's been with me since.
Now she's yours.
Now she's mine.
You're in love?
I mean, it's getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
She's a sweet dog.
She's a very sweet dog.
I was very worried. I wasn't sure because I mean, I'm not saying you don't love dogs, because you do, but you live and have lived a very dogless life for a little while.
Yes.
And dogs are more work than cats.
They are. They're more responsibility. They require, in my opinion, more interaction than a cat.
Yeah, so I was wondering how that was going to work out. But she's, well, good heavens, she was just downstairs wrestling with my dog. So I think that's going to be a great relationship to watch happen.
I think so too, and I think that we might have to make your idea of her coming over here occasionally for the day happen.
Yeah,
because when I'm at work, she's crated, and she has not had an accident in her crate at all, and she's in her crate for 10 hours straight.
Well, I mean, I've read, and I don't know enough about dogs but I've read dogs love that. That's their cave, they're totally fine with that. As long as they got room to roam and they've got food and water, they're totally fine with that.
Oh, I don't put food and water in there with her.
What?
Because then she'd have accidents.
Okay.
She eats in the morning. She goes outside and does her business.
She get toys, though.
Yes.
She's got stuff to play with.
She's got things
mental
to
stimulation.
do. She has a treat.
Cell
in
phone?
there. Yes.
She's
on
internet.
Facebook all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
what she's doing. Unless she's sleeping. But she does very well in her crate. I was homesick yesterday, and
you were homesick?
I was home sick.
Oh, okay.
Home, sick.
Yeah.
And when I was in the bedroom, in the bed, I kept her in her crate in the living room, and she did just fine. She cried because she knew I was there, and then she'd calm down and go to sleep. She had everything she needed. She'd been out. She had eaten. She was fine. She just wanted out because she knew I was there.
Sure. Why not? Well, I looked up some stuff for you.
You did?
I did.
What'd you look up?
This is the true cost of getting a dog.
Oh,
right here.
I need to know these things.
You do need to know this. This is getting a new dog. Here's some one-time expenses you can expect.
One-time expenses.
For your dog.
Okay.
The adoption fee, $0 to $500.
I paid $0 so far.
So you're already ahead. Spay/neuter surgery is $50 to $200.
Now, I haven't paid for any of that yet, but I think I may reimburse whomever did pay for it, at least partially.
Microchipping, $45.
Got to get that done,
yeah.
And that's not expensive, and it's so worth it.
Yeah, puppy vaccinations, $50 to $150.
Yeah. Now she has had some vaccinations, like I said, but she will have to continue with normal or regular vet appointments, until she gets all of her shots.
$30 for a collar and a leash.
I didn't pay that, but she has a cute little collar and leash.
$20 for food bowls.
She came with.
Food, $40. Now that's more than a one-time expense. I'm sorry.
That is more than a one. That's like the first time.
Yeah.
She had some food left over that Adam had left with her at the vet, and then I bought another bag of food, which was not $40. And I mean, she hasn't barely touched it.
$5 for poop bags. Now
those were given to me by my neighbors.
I have some poop bags that I bought, but we also use like grocery bags, little plastic grocery bags.
And
Those
I
are great
have
poop bags.
a ton of those because I keep forgetting to take them back to Publix.
I got a ton of poop. We should put them together.
No.
Crate, $50. You got that for free? You have a friend who loaned you that?
That's your crate, yeah.
Shampoo and brushes, $20. A dog bed, $40. Now, does she have her own dog bed?
Right now, she just has blankets in her crate, and she's comfortable.
Good. Yeah, that's all she needs.
But I am going to probably go ahead and get her a dog bed, and then eventually at night, I don't want her to have to sleep in the crate.
Yeah.
Eventually, when she's all trained up,
she'll be fine.
I want her to sleep outside of the crate.
Yeah, get a little rug in your bedroom. She'll sleep right there.
Right.
Stain odor removers, $10. Toys, $40.
She likes cat toys, of which I have many.
Yeah, and people give you toys.
Yeah.
Flea and tick meds, $10. I think they're more than that.
They're way more than that. I just ordered her flea and tick meds, which will be there when I get home tonight, and I will apply for the first time. And it was $50.
Yeah.
For three.
$10 for treats. I think that might work.
Yeah.
Heartworm medicine, $5. No, a lot more than that.
I need to get some of that still.
Dog toothbrush and toothpaste, $15. So $838 for average one-time expense. Now, monthly costs of having a dog. $40 for food, $10 for toys, $10 flea and tick meds, $5 heartworm meds, $5 treats, and $5 poop bags.
Maybe they're saying $5 for heartworm meds because you're only paying for one a month. Yeah.
So $75 is your monthly expense. Now, your ongoing annual costs for your pet exam, $45 to $200.
Per
pet exam. So each time you have them for their annual exam.
Oh, okay. So that's just once a year.
Correct. Ongoing annual costs. Then potential annual expenses would be emergency vet bills, $0 to $3,000 for vets,
or way more.
Yeah. Teeth cleaning, $400. You don't have to do that when they're puppies. Their teeth were like so white. Pet sitting, $25 a night. Dog training, $40 an hour for $1,000 estimated annual expense. And then there's options here you can consider. Pet insurance, $35 a month. Grooming, $30 to $90 a month. She won't need to be groomed.
Well, she'll need some grooming.
Maybe some bath.
Now, when I first got her home, the day I got her home, she stunk to high heaven. So I gave her a bath immediately.
Yeah.
And I just used my own shampoo, which is probably not great for their skin.
It might be, especially if it's got some moisturizer.
It is. It's a moisturizing shampoo, but she needs like
doggy stuff. I got a lot of doggy shampoo you can borrow. Apartment deposit, $500.
Well,
up to.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what my landlord is going to charge me.
Right.
So we haven't actually discussed that yet.
And then $30 a year for pet license. So annual cost of getting a dog. Are you ready for the grand total?
I am.
$2,800.58. $2,858.
That's doable
for a puppy.
That's doable.
So less than $3,000 for a dog, and you got love. You're buying love.
You're paying for love.
Yeah, they say you can't buy love, but there you go, $3,000.
You can. You buy dog.
Great for you. Nice little puppy thing. We should bring her on the show. We should interview her.
She'll go.
You're discovering new sounds that she makes. I know.
She hasn't made this weird sound until today when I came over to Rick's place, and she got a toy in her mouth, and she just let out this what sounded like a moo.
Yeah.
She sounds like a cow. And she hadn't done that yet. The only sounds I'd heard from her thus far were her bark cry, her "help me, I'm being tortured because I'm in a crate" cry, which is piercing, by the way, ear piercing. And then I've also heard, like, when she does pick up a toy at the house, she just goes grr.
Yeah.
Like, she just like to tell you I have a toy.
Yeah, it's
That's
sort
what
of
she's
a
doing.
sound of triumph. Like, this is mine.
And then today, over here, she just belts out this other weird noise.
Almost like a song.
And then she just kept doing it. Like, every time she'd find a toy, she'd tell you about it.
And there she goes downstairs. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of adventure for you. So that's very cool. I'm kind of excited about it.
She travels very well in the car. She walks amazing on a leash.
Yeah.
I mean, she's good.
She's really good personality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very good temperament. I took her to the farmer's market by my house Sunday, and everybody just complimented her on her temperament for such a young puppy and on her gorgeous looks.
And so we'll have more barks during the show, probably.
And many shows to come, I'm sure.
I think we got some I always say viewer mail.
Nobody's watching us.
Mail.
Nobody's watching us.
I think we got some listener mail.
We did.
Well, if people watch the videos that we do, because we have done some videos on YouTube, so they could go to YouTube and they can comment. Then it would be viewer mail.
That's true.
But probably more likely listener mail.
Listener mail. So
we got some this week.
We did, and surprisingly, or not surprisingly,
right?
We have 3 different emails
from
the same person,
and
she is somebody I've known for.
It's one of your best friends.
Yes, she's one of my best friends. I don't know if she just recently started listening to the podcast. She's known about it since I put it out there.
I think she's just started listening, and then she was like, wait a minute.
This is awesome.
This is the best podcast in the whole history of the world.
Ever. And no one will ever top it. Ever.
I wish everyone would find that out.
Me too. So one of her first podcasts. We always try
to tell people they should respond. They should send us emails, and she did.
And absolutely interact with us as much as you want to, or as little as you want to. But we prefer if you do interact with us because it gives us something to talk about.
That's right.
We
need security of knowing that people like us.
We absolutely need reassurance.
Yes.
And then more reassurance after that.
Well, let's read some listener mail.
Okay, so her first email to us basically says that I'll just read it verbatim.
Okay.
It's from, I'm going to go ahead and say her first name.
Okay.
Rashawn. She says, I like to be in the in crowd, so I would like to have a nickname. Because, we like to give our listeners nicknames.
Everyone has to have a nickname.
I think so, too, unless they don't want one. Now, we have said
if they don't want one, they shouldn't even listen to the show.
Don't say things like that.
They shouldn't.
Don't say things like that. So some people have given themselves their own nicknames, which is totally fine, and we will use them as long as they're not
you just
horrible.
Tell us what they are. Mm-hmm.
But she wants us to give her a nickname because we said that's an option.
That's true, and we will do it. We'll have to think about that. You wouldn't have one in mind right now, would you?
Well, she goes on to say, Cheri knows me very well, which is very true. So I'm sure that she will come up with something. And FYI, I have enjoyed your show very much. I feel like I'm becoming your podcast stalker.
Oh, we need a good stalker.
So I want to somehow use the stalker aspect in her nickname.
Okay.
Because I will just go ahead and read her next email, which says, I love your show.
Ooh.
I listen to you at work, and I feel empty when the podcast is over.
I do too.
And then once again, she says, I am becoming your stalker fan. So
that's twice a stalker.
Yeah, twice is a pattern. No, 3 times is a pattern. Twice is a coincidence. Anyways, she's a stalker from way back. So we're going to go ahead and utilize that in her nickname. I just don't know what it is yet.
It could just be the stalker.
She could just be the stalker.
We'll.
But what if we get an actual stalker? How are we going to delineate between the two?
One of them will call the cops. I think.
We're not going to call the cops on this one.
No,
she can stalk us all day long.
Yeah.
We're fine with that.
Okay.
So I tell you what, Rashawn, Rick and I are going to sit down and discuss your actual nickname because right now it's tentatively the stalker.
Yeah.
Screw it. That's her nickname. Rashawn is the stalker.
She's the stalker. Okay, she was the first one to stalk us, so she's the first one to get the name.
Yep.
I was talking to one of our listeners, Cynthia. We tentatively named the Queen of Sin.
Yes.
And she was like, I'm kind of religious, so that might not work for me.
Oh.
I was like, oh, okay.
Sorry.
We'll think of something else then.
Yeah.
But I still like sin in it. I think that's kind of cool. So
she could just be Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Yes.
Sin of men.
Sin of men. I like it.
It's kind of sexist. But anyway, okay.
You didn't say men. You said men.
Men. Many sins. No. Yeah, we'll think of something. But yeah, and if you have a nickname that you want to give yourself,
please feel free.
That's totally fine. And to do that, to send the email to us, all they got to do, thisepicdisaster@gmail.com.
Yep, and just let us know who you are and what your nickname is, and we will mention you on the show. And then anytime you interact with us, that's what we will call you.
Every time.
And when you sign your emails to us, we expect you to sign using your nickname because we'll forget.
That's true.
Because we're old. So, yeah, do that. Now, if you want us to give you a nickname, just like Cynthia did, and just like Rashawn did, you can ask us to do so.
I'm not sure Cynthia asked us. I think we just did it.
Oh.
And that's the danger, too. We'll do that. Sometimes
yeah, we're going to just do it.
Especially if it's just like obvious. Somebody's got a name or a nickname. We'll give it out.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting old, I got to admit something. I got to talk about something. I need some advice. I need some advice from someone.
Does it involve bodily fluids?
No.
Okay.
It could. But it doesn't.
Okay.
Somehow I could work that in.
All right.
I mean, if it's important.
It's important to me.
No, I'm at a weird place in my life.
Yes, you are.
I'm at a strange place. All right. So I'm middle-aged. I'm a dude who's middle-aged.
In your late 50s.
Yeah. I've worked my entire life as an artist. Mm-hmm. I've been fairly lucky. I've been able to make a living at it. Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of at a place now where I feel like I want to make a change.
All right.
I want a new career. I want a different career, possibly.
Really?
Kind of, sort of.
So what route are you thinking about going?
I don't know, and that's what scares the crap out of me. No one wants to hire someone when they're my age, so I don't think, I'm not gonna get a lot of job offers, but I feel like I need to, for my own fulfillment, for my own satisfaction in life, I need to make a career change. I need to do something different, and I don't really know what it is.
All right.
Is that weird to be this age and want to change your career?
No, I don't think so. But I know you. I know you pretty darn well, and I'm going to say that you're not going to be able to do anything unless it is in a creative field.
That's true. I don't really want to go out. I mean, I don't want to bag groceries, or nothing wrong with bagging groceries.
Cars.
But I mean, some people don't want to be creative. They just want to go to work, shut their mind off, and do their job.
Exactly.
And that's fine. Those people run the world. You know?
Yeah.
And that's great. But I need to do something that's sort of creative. So here's the weird thing, though, and I don't know. Everything that I do, if I look for an alternative, it all points to porn.
Oh, God, no.
I'm not going to do porn, but I'm just saying.
Oh, God, no.
Okay, so I like to do photography.
Yes.
So it's like, how can I make a lot of money in photography? Well, I could be like a National Geographic photographer. I don't know photography that well. I'm too old to do that. I'm not going to go. So what am I going to do? I mean, to make a living, if you're going to make a good living in photography, I mean, there are people in porn making really good living in photography. Mm-hmm. I'm not wanting to do that. I'm just saying. And then what else do I like to do? Well, I like to write.
Yes.
So there are people who write erotic fiction. They write porn.
I have.
Well, you did it when you were young, but I'm just saying now to be like a regular author, I could make tons of money doing that.
You could.
I feel like the porn industry right now, you can really get rich in it.
Here's the problem with the writing of porn, though.
Yes.
With the porn fiction. It is free. It is free to publish on the internet.
True, that's the thing.
Free.
Yeah, the internet has kind of made porn free.
How are you gonna monetize that?
I don't know. I'm back at the beginning. Well, I don't know what to do. I need suggestions. What does an old person do? I mean, seriously, it scares me.
Have you considered going back to school?
Well, I don't know what I'd go back to school for.
Well,
okay. So two things that I've thought about, but one of them sounds cool.
Okay.
And one of them sounds kind of boring, but the boring one is probably one I'd make the most money at.
Okay. So is this about money or is this about a change?
Both. It's
okay.
about just new stimulation. It's about new money. It's about, I don't know. It's just a change in life.
That's going to fall.
It's about change in life. I have thought about real estate, selling real estate.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'd be good at it.
Why not?
I just don't know. I'm not a big salesman.
You're not a big salesman, and you're uncomfortable around people when you first meet them.
I could sell, but I think I could sell to people. I think I could do it. There's just some stuff involved in it that I think I wouldn't be good at. So I just don't know about that. And then the other thing, and this is what I really thought a lot about. I think I would be a really good private investigator.
You are amazing at research.
Yeah, I think I could do that, but I don't know what all involves to change an entire career.
I know what you should do.
What?
You should become a genealogist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've done that for myself pretty extensively, and it hurts my brain for a while. Here's the thing about genealogy when I'm doing that. And, oh, man, I shouldn't be talking about that. Anyway, it hurts my brain when I do it because I won't stop.
I know
get
you don't stop.
Obsessed with it.
Yep.
I can't stop. It's just like I will find somebody in the family tree, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm stopping here. And then I'll like, no, I need to find out who his daddy is. And then it just won't stop. It's like a chain, and you just keep building it.
That's the fun part.
I know. And you got to research history and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That is fun. And that's why, one of the reasons why. Well, I mean, I used to be a librarian. When I was in college, I worked as a librarian. Love it. Love doing research. And that's really what a lot of private investigation is. I mean, it's not Magnum PI, although I could do that. I would carry.
You don't have the right mustache.
I could get one. I think I would be okay like that, carrying around a gun and like.
Don't know.
I can investigate when people I can investigate murders. Like if people are upset the way a murder's going, they can hire a private investigator, and I can come out, knock on people's door. Ma'am, where were you Sunday night?
And get shot in the face.
No, I would have a gun. I'd be look at me. I'm 6'5", 2. I'm not even going to say my weight. I'm over 230. I would be intimidating. I think I could get people to confess. Things.
But okay, you might be able to do that, but before you figure out who the person needs to be confessing, you have to get people to talk to you and trust you. You can be frightening.
Kind of, maybe. I don't mean to be.
I know you don't. It's
I'm
just
a nice
your face.
Guy.
It's just your face.
I have this face. I was born with it. I can't help it.
And you still have it.
I know. I can wear a mask.
Do you know what's
what
funny?
What if I wore
though?
a mask? Did it?
You know
I could be like the masked PI.
Ooh.
That could be like.
It's a new franchise. I feel like
yeah, I could be like. Yeah.
This is nowhere near what it used to be.
I can't help it.
No, what I'm saying is, okay, Rick has a very strong brow. And when I first met him, it was almost intimidating because of his brow. He always looks gruff. And now it's so much less so. I don't know what you've been doing to your face.
Nothing. I don't do anything to my face.
Okay. Maybe you're just happier.
I don't think that. It wasn't a sad thing. It's just my face. And thanks for telling everybody about all the problems with my face.
I didn't.
Appreciate that.
I talked about your strong brow.
Well, those are the two things I'm thinking about right now, but I'm open to suggestions. I don't know what else. I don't know. I just feel like I should be doing something else.
I'm all for genealogy.
I like art. I could do more art stuff, but I run my own business. It's an art-based business. It's very physical, and I'm getting to the point where I can't do the physical stuff anymore.
Right, and you can't afford people to do it.
Right, and I like the creative stuff. So what do I do? What do you do when you're too old to get a job and you need one?
Ooh, maybe become a fashion designer.
I could do that. I mean,
or furniture designer.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Or porn. I could shoot porn. I'm just saying it's just an option. I could shoot porn. I don't have to act in it. No one wants to see me in porn.
Nope.
No one.
Nope.
Even my wife.
Nope.
She will not watch the movies I give her.
She won't.
She won't do it.
She barely opens the dick pics you send her.
No, she won't do it. She'll just trash them immediately. But I could shoot it. I think I could be a porn director. That's what I could do. I could direct porn. Here's the thing. I'm not a porn guy. I'm really not. I'm not a big porn guy. I'm wondering, could I be in a room full of naked people who are doing porn things and just it not even affect me? I'd be just like, you need to go over here and do that. Could you turn this way? No, move those out farther. There you go, right there. Now move that thing down. There you go. That's how you do it. I could do that, I think.
I don't know. You are enthralled with the human form.
Yeah, so as an artist,
you might lose the ability to stay in the moment and direct while you're watching.
I would just start drooling. My mouth would fall open.
Well, you do that anyways. That's pretty regular.
I don't know. I think I'd be a good director, but I don't know. No one. That's too big of a career change for me. I just don't think I could do it. I don't know what I could do. I got to do something else. I got to start looking. I feel like maybe I could be the boss of my own podcast empire, But I don't think my podcast will make any money at this point.
Eventually it will.
Maybe
it's never
one
going to
day.
make any money in the first 2 years.
Maybe
It's just not.
It's probably true. Maybe one day it'll make some money.
But we're not in this to monetize it. I mean, if you were doing a production company, that would definitely be in it for the money.
Yeah, I think one day I would like to get to the point where we're making money doing podcasts.
Yeah.
We are, and we're not announcing it, but we are kind of starting our own podcast network.
We are.
We are.
But we're not announcing it.
We're not announcing it. You didn't hear it here. No one told you about it from here.
No, you didn't hear it from
We're
us.
working on something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I don't know.
Okay, so my idea, once again, is genealogist.
Yeah.
Now, if any of our listeners, having listened to you for, what is this, episode 32?
We're on 3-2. That is correct.
So listening to us for 32 weeks in a row, you've got to know a little something about Rick at this point.
Yeah, what can I do? And
So-
I'm not drunk.
Send in some suggestions for a career change for Rick.
Or job offers.
Or job offers. Yeah, if you have a job availability and you think Rick would fit that job well, please send him a job offer.
Please do. All right. I got a story here I'm going to read to you. Here we go. Are you ready for this story?
I'm ready. What do you got?
A cockroach crawled inside a woman's ear.
Jesus Christ, no! Would you
And it
stop?
can happen to you.
No.
All right, here
I
we go.
spray poison in my house. It's not happening.
Katie Holly, a Florida resident, woke up in the middle of the night to a weird sensation in her ear.
No! Oh, stop it! Stop it!
Like someone had placed a chip of ice in my left ear hole.
Oh, no.
At first, her husband tried to remove the invader with tweezers.
Oh, God.
But that strategy wasn't successful, so they went to the emergency room. There, the doctor confirmed her suspicion. A cockroach was in her ear canal.
That is such... Oh, my gosh.
We need music. Bum, bum, bum. To get the insect out, he first killed it with lidocaine.
Yes.
Now you have a dead cockroach in your ear.
Yes.
And then removed it using tweezers.
I've seen this on that show. What is that show? 911 emergency or something like that. It's and from years ago. So this happens on the regular, and it really, really frightens me.
Oh, it's not over.
Oh God!
But
Oh,
in the
God.
days that followed,
No, don't tell me it was female and it had babies.
Holly had soreness in her ear and trouble hearing.
No.
What? Yes. What?
What?
Yes.
What?
When she returned to the doctor 9 days later, she learned she still had pieces, including the entire head
Oh.
of the cockroach
So
lodged in
the
her
doctor
ear.
pulled out a cockroach and didn't notice it was headless.
Just part of the cockroach. She's like, oh, I think I've got it. I'm not sure.
That's what they have, those little dealy bobs with the little thingies on them that they look in your ear with. Look, there's still a head in there.
Yeah. If you think you have an insect in your ear, take this advice from the National Institute of Health.
Get it the fuck out.
Try keeping the ear with the insect in it pointing upward in the hope it crawls or flies out, or pouring mineral, olive, or baby oil in your ear to suffocate the bug and let it potentially float out. And as Holly did, the NIH recommends visiting a doctor, even if you pull out the insect on your own, because legs or other parts could be left behind in your ear.
I hate you.
I've thought about that. I think about that at night. Like, I'm always concerned with spiders. I don't think a cockroach would crawl in my ear, but spiders.
I saw a story about a woman, I believe she was in China, who had a spider burrow into her ear.
Yeah, that's just not cool.
And none of it is cool.
Yeah, that's spider ear.
Oh.
Spider ear.
Spider ear. Does
Friendly
whatever
neighbor,
a spider ear does.
Spider ear is not cool. That's just one of those things that no one wants. I don't think anybody wants anything in their ear.
No.
Any living being or any kind of thing.
I don't even want somebody's tongue in my ear.
I might take that, but but you got bacteria and things in your ear anyway, and that's disgusting enough. But I mean, just actual bugs and stuff. No. Leeches that might crawl in your ear.
Okay,
that you can't get out.
enough.
A tick. What if a tick gets in your ear and he bites and then you can't pull him out? You can't get him out, and then you get that disease, that tick disease, where you never want to eat red meat.
Lyme disease.
No, I think it's a different disease.
Okay.
You never want to eat red meat again
Okay.
because of the tick in your ear.
I mean, I don't eat red meat now, so
I don't
it's
either.
not that big a deal.
And it wasn't even from a tick. Well, anyway, there you go. Be careful with the cockroaches, kids, because they can climb in your ear.
I am on
and
my way.
live. They'll set up a little tiny. It's like a tiny house. HGTV's tiny house for cockroaches. They're shaped like ears. It's true. It happens.
No. I am stopping on my way home and buying so many earplugs.
Yeah. After a while, you start creeping out. I think I mentioned it.
What do you mean after a while? As soon as you said it, I started creeping out.
I may have mentioned this before, but one time I was asleep and it
stop.
was like middle of the night. Lights are out. See, I don't sleep with the lights out anymore, but one time I did. Lights were totally out, and I'm just laying there, and I'm actually kind of awake, but I'm just laying there, and all of a sudden I feel right on the side of my face, wet something on the side of my face.
Oh, God.
And I reach over and I turn on the light, and it's a frog. A frog had jumped on my face. Where it came from, I don't know.
There was a frog in your bedroom.
On my face.
Jumping onto your face.
Yeah.
How big of a frog?
It wasn't big. I would say about the size of a $50, silver dollar maybe. $50, something like that.
He just jumped on your face.
Yeah, I don't think he knew I was there. He was just jumping around on the bed and plop, hit my face.
What'd you do?
I freaked a little bit.
Yeah?
Kind of freaked out. Yeah. So, and
what if a frog got in your ear?
That a tadpole puts a tadpole in your frog ear. I mean, I know people who've had frogs in their throats.
Yes.
But not in their ear.
Right.
All right. Well, what should we do? Should we start winding this podcast down? Let's talk about a few things, shall we?
Okay.
We have stickers available. You know, we talk about this. We got free stickers.
Anybody who wants them can have them.
I mean, how hard is it to
we
give
will
away?
give them to you.
We give away free stuff on this podcast.
All the time.
Show me one podcast who does that.
No.
No one.
No one.
Free stickers. Now, these stickers will give you... We have 2 different stickers, and we'll give you both types.
Sure.
For free.
Unless you don't want both types, in which case you need to
Even if you don't want it...
We're going to give them to you.
I'll probably give it to them. So all you got to do is send us your mailing address to thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. We will send you both. It's a black and white version of the sticker and a color version of the sticker. Black and white for outside, color for inside.
Because if you use the color stickers outside, they will fade very quickly.
It will become black and white.
Yes.
Apparently. But yeah, so just all you do, send it to us. Send us your email, your mailing address. Thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. Free stickers will be coming to your way.
Hey, what do you think of my Band-Aid?
I saw that. You have an emoji Band-Aid.
I do.
It looks like you've been doing heroin.
No, it's on my arm. It's not on my vein.
Okay.
But it's emojis on my tattoo, which is just ridiculous.
You hurt your tattoo?
I scratched myself.
Ow.
Do it slowly.
Don't pull it off. That's nasty.
Slowly.
Okay. We also have T-shirts.
Yeah.
T-shirts available in the merch store. And you could go to thisepicdisaster.com and you can find a link to the merch store and you can get our T-shirts, our new T-shirts.
T-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs.
All kinds of crap.
All kinds of stuff with several different logos. So our basic logo, and then also a black and white version, just like the stickers. And then the image that...
Jay?
Yes, thank you. Jay
Hilgenfeld
drew for us and created, and that's pretty awesome.
We have a Disaster Baiter shirt. We got all kinds of fun stuff. So go check it out at the merch store. Also, please, people, wherever you get the podcast, subscribe. Just subscribe. That way it'll come to you for free. You don't ever have to look for it again. You're blooding over there. You took your Band-Aid off. You should have left it on. We will bleed for you on this podcast.
I am bleeding for you. And not... never mind.
Oh.
Just stop. Just stop.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
No.
Okay, so that's cool. Subscribe. Leave a review for us. We appreciate when you do that. And stars. Just say 3 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars. I don't care.
We prefer 5.
We prefer 5, and we prefer excellent reviews. That helps us out on wherever you download your podcast. It helps them to see us.
Yeah.
If nobody reviews us, we're invisible to them. So if you review us, they will suddenly sit up and take notice.
And then your friends will come to you at some point and be like, oh my God, I found this great podcast and I've been listening to it. It's called This Epic Disaster. And you'll be like, dude, I was in at the beginning. I've been listening for weeks.
I got a freaking nickname.
I have a nickname.
That's how long I've been involved. So please do that. It really helps us out. right?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And we appreciate it.
Let's talk about this brewski we've been drinking
All right.
on this podcast.
Do you know, I can always tell who likes it better based on how much we have left.
Kind of, or who's thirsty and more thirsty.
That's true. And I did have 2 beers before we started.
So does that mean you don't like it?
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
You really like it.
The hazelnut flavor that I tasted immediately when I started drinking it, along with what we discovered, or what we're calling horehound flavor, those go away almost on the second drink.
Okay.
They are almost more aroma than anything.
Okay.
So, but even that goes away. So I wish that maintained itself throughout the beer, but it doesn't. And so what that leaves us with is a brown ale.
Okay.
It's not a bad brown ale.
No.
But I was super hoping that it would be a hazelnut brown ale, like it says. And it is for the first drink.
Okay. So, you like it?
Yes and no.
Here's what I think. Okay, my regular problem that I have with these kind of beers is they lose their fizzy quickly, and this one did. But the flavor is okay. I like it fine. I finally identified that flavor that I could not identify.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's tobacco. It's got a tobacco taste. Now, when I started vaping years ago, I bought a tobacco vape juice. Mm-hmm. And this has an aftertaste that reminds me of that tobacco vape juice. And I don't necessarily mean that as a bad thing.
Right.
It's just it's sort of a flavor that's in there, and it's not a predominant flavor, but it's in there. So it's sort of a tobacco-y type of flavor.
Okay. Now, the cool thing about this beer, I'll just let you know, is if you buy this beer, and again, it is Rogue Hazelnut Brown Nectar, on the back, it says brewed using 14 ingredients, and then it lists those ingredients. So if you are a home brewer and you
Can you read the ingredients for us?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And some of them are just like C-15 and C-75. These are things that brewers use. So if you are a brewer and you want to try and make it at the house and maybe make it better, not that I'm saying it's bad, just if you want to play with it a little bit, those ingredients are on the back.
I'm going to be brave.
Are you?
Well, look what it says at the top of the beer here.
It says, dare, risk, dream.
I'm doing that. I'm giving it a 3.5.
Good for you.
3.5 stars from me.
Good for you.
I'm not totally sure I like it that much, but I think so.
Okay.
So I like it at least a 3, and right now it's kind of pushing towards the 5. So I'm going to go ahead and say sure. We'll just do 3.5.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, right in the middle.
I like it.
I'm glad.
That little weird tobacco flavor, though, is in there, so just be prepared. But I think, especially if you drink it fast. See, we don't drink it fast. An hour later, we're still drinking it.
Right, and I still have a good couple of
And
drinks.
I think that's why the fizz kind of leaves, you know.
Yeah, who nurses a beer for an hour?
We do, because we do a show.
Right.
All right, people, thanks for joining us on this show. You know, you can find us at thisepicdisaster.com, all kinds of fun stuff. We've got a 2018 summer playlist that was put together by our listeners. It's pretty darn cool. And if you go on a trip, you can listen to it. So you can find that on our website, all kinds of other stuff. You can download the podcasts on our website, or at least listen to them. So please do that. Go to our Facebook page. We're listed on Facebook at This Epic Disaster. Twitter, we're there. Instagram, we're there. YouTube, we are there. In fact, these shows go on YouTube every week, so you could listen to it on YouTube.
For those of you who have decided to stick around while we plug everything, I know some people turn it off.
That's okay.
That's okay. But for those of you that decided to stick around,
Give them a reward.
I have a reward for you.
What is it?
It's a joke.
A joke?
I'm just going to go with one.
You're just doing one.
Yeah, because I want to save the other ones for during the show when I know people are listening.
Okay.
So this joke is one of my dad jokes, and this one was supplied by, once again, the stalker.
The stalker.
She says, I'm reading a book about anti-gravity.
Oh, really? How's that going?
It's impossible to put down.
I
love it.
It's
That's
cool.
awesome.
I'm going to say too. I'm putting an asterisk by the stalker.
Okay.
I think there's more. I don't mind the stalker, but I think there's more to that.
I think there is. There has to be some sort of caveat to the stockingness.
There's got to be another name to go with it or something. So we'll work on that.
Yeah, we're still developing Rashawn's nickname.
Very true. All right, people, thank you very much for joining us, and we do hope you'll come back. A new show every Monday. Look out for it, and we will see you next Monday.
Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
This is a Violet Jester Media podcast.